Hello, folks, and welcome back to our channel. In case you wonder, usually, if you don't know us, we are two guys, me and my best friend Norbert. Norbert this week, unfortunately, is not available. And so I'm trying to do a solo episode. As I said, in case you don't know us, we are two very passionate photographers. Imagine a golf player, a golf hobbyist that is every weekend on the golf course, that does several training sessions during the week. So he's not a professional, but he's very, very ambitious and wants to step up his game. And that's what we do with photography. We coined the term lifestyle photographer. So that's ingrained in us and in our whole system and setting. Since I'm solo today, what have I brought you? Maybe you remember the video about the Northern Bald Ibis. I was doing photography within a zoo with a new telelens with a Tamron SB. I have to read up. Tamron SB 150 600 millimeters f5 to 6.3. It's the second generation of this telezoom lens, and the first one were a little bit not so sharp because I was aiming for a quite high ISO value. And this week I was out in the field. I was riding a bicycle and I was riding along a small creek, and then I found some other birds and animals that I took photos of. And if I find the right button to share this screen, share, move myself over to this corner, maybe make it a little bit bigger. So, and there we go. So I'm spending as much as time as I can find outside with this telelens. And as I said, I was riding on a bike and I was riding along a creek, and there were some ducks and there were birds. They're called Eurasian Coots, and you may know them. They have quite large feet, as you can see here. That's a quite a youngling. I'd say it's up to 20 centimeters, something like that. And I was shooting them with the Bizet lens, and I was going for a lower ISO value. So they were away, let's say maybe 10 to 15 meters, something like that. So there's this creek, and alongside this creek is a small road. Usually only farmers going up and down there, and bicycle riders. And it was in the morning hours, and so to give you a little bit of a setting, it was in the morning hours, and you can maybe still see that the sun is coming in quite low, and they had their breakfast there. The younglings are on their own accord. They are trying out themselves. Hey, watch me go. I'm doing my own breakfast. And as you will see in one of the other images, of course, there's also the northern, no, Eurasian coot mom. And so I think the images worked out quite nicely. I have been working with ISO 200, as I said, mostly on the 600 millimeter full extended lens with aperture of 6.3, and the time ranges between 1/800th of a second to 1 to 1250 of a second. So I have several images, of course. So I made around 100 photos, and I'd say 50 worked out quite nicely. 50 are crap because I didn't hit the focus on the right spot. And from the 50, they worked quite nicely. There are maybe 5 to 10 somewhere in between. They were actually really, really good, or at least to my liking. So we have a little one here right in the spot. And if I zoom in, you can see that it's actually very, I hit it on the spot. So really the autofocus following eyes, animal eyes on this camera is really amazing. It amazes me all the time. That's working. I don't know how they do it, but they really did it. So usually even on this one, at least on the adult ones. So because the frame for my eye tracking went all over this little guy. So, but that became quite sharp. And if we step on to the next ones, we will see that it's also working. You can see with their tremendous big feet and claws, they can walk on creeks that are covered with leaves and algae and stuff like that. And I am really happy about this shot because it shows the bird in full detail, the little one. The eye is quite sharp. You can even see a reflection here. And you can also see that the depth of field for the center, where to hit it, is very, very narrow, very narrow. And therefore, the eye tracking is also even more important. The background soon frizzles out quite a lot. I have come to like it because I think it usually gives the image quite a nice standing out sort of bokeh. And so it's getting better. I'm getting better with the equipment. And as I said in the video with the bald ibis, northern bald ibis, you have to go out, you have to find out yourself what's working for you and what not. I still had to lean the camera against the saddle of my bicycle. With free hand, I wouldn't be able, or very, very hard to shoot those small birdies. Let's hop on to the next because I think there's the adult one here. And you can also see it here. It's not as sharp as the first one, but it's okayish, especially if you would zoom out a little bit and maybe have a poster. Again, also the depth of field is very, very narrow all the time with this lens. That's I have also a zoom lens camera with 400 millimeters, and it's by no means as prevalent and as seeable as with the one with the 600. Nevertheless, I like this shot quite a lot also because of the mixture of colors. There's the beak going from yellow to orangish red, and the eye also quite red. And this gives a very, very nice contrast to the greenish, to the brown of the branches and the cover of the creek. I will hop through a few of the other ones and see what comes to my mind. Yes, as I said, there were also ducks. They, of course, are a little bit easier to take photos of. There was, I don't know, sure if those of both of them are female or if this is the male and this is the female, because I am not sure if this one had also this covers or is just brown. Nevertheless, I have one good image where the focus is on the one standing farther away. And then I have one which is focused on the one in the front. And even here, I did not hit it entirely on the eye. It's okayish. And you also can see the reflection of the sun here. Again, here you can see how soon behind the bird the image becomes frizzled. And in front, it's not so much, but the back is always some sort of, you can see it here quite a lot. My last image will also show this how narrow it is, the depth of field. And this is another one that I quite like because it's sitting here in the front. It looks like if it's stoic and just sitting here and saying, I'm not doing anything. You can take your images, but I'm not doing anything. And even here, you see that it's up to here. It's not that frizzled, but from here to here, it soon becomes very, very frizzled and not sharp. I'm way over 100% zoom when I go in that close. And also here, this one is in the shade, this eye, but the second, the right one is quite sharp. So and you don't see it if you flip open your back screen of the camera, you don't see it how good the photos or bad if they how they come out. You only see it on your computer. But I'm quite happy with this one. So my training pays off slowly. And as I said, I have another one for the from the ducks for the front, and this one is really on spot. I'd say it's right on the eye. Also with the low standing morning sun, and the one in the back doing its exercise or whatever and stretching. So, and I like the whole color composition. So I was very lucky that there are those leaves and the algae on the creek, and it makes a really, really nice contrast to the birds in the front. And I think this is the last one from the series, another one that has gotten quite sharp. You even see its feathers. I saw one of them stretch its little wings. They are only very, very cutely pronounced. I don't think that they would be able to fly currently at all. But you also can see its huge legs. And I think this is one of my favorites since it's overall very, very sharp, even the beak, the eye, and those frizzled feathers, and then have some sort of high contrast to the background that becomes quite frizzled. The first images I did and saw this frizzling, that's how I call it. Leave a comment in the comment section below and tell me a better word in English how you call it. But as I said in the beginning, I come to like it, and yeah, because I think it makes quite a good contrast. Even for my last image, this was one day before. It's not on the same creek, it's in some hillside. And I was going for some hawks, but they didn't show up usually where they are or where they stay. And so I was I was just seeing through the seeker of my camera that there was a darkish dot sitting somewhere on those flowers, and I was trying to aim at it. And in case if it's not an eye, the eye tracker also works quite good with small birds. And it's flying away from me, but I want to show you two things on this image. So I really hit it. In general, I hit it so it was on the right plane in the depth of field that I got it sharp, and you can see it immediately again. So here it's also sharp, so it must be in the same distance like the bird, but right behind it, it's super unsharp, right? Very, very immediately. So that's one thing you have to work out with your lens. Maybe yours working differently. And in the front, it's not as bad, but in towards the back, it's immediately not as good. But again, third time's the charm. I come to like it, especially so the eye opener for this was this image, because I was thinking about it and I thought, is it now a failure or is it really good? For the bird, it could have been better, of course, if it was flying towards me. But I think overall it's quite a nice composition. And so that's what I wanted to bring you today as a reminder. You have to go out with your equipment. You have to find your own way working with it. And if you're not like a multi-millionaire who has the ability to buy equipment in the worth of several thousands, several tens of thousands of dollars, then you're mostly reduced at some point in time with the light, and then you have to work it out. But that's also what we encourage. Go out with even with your phone and try the best that you can do, and always take a look out with the second look for your image. And so Norbert is not here to spar with me on those images. Even the more that maybe you can leave some comments, what you would have done better, what you would have liked better, suggestions and constructive feedback. Leave it in the comment section below. And we try to leave a video every week. And so hit the bell button and give us a like. And in case you also want to share some videos, I'll leave a upload link in the description where you can post your photos to us, and then we gonna reach out to you and we are invite you to our call, and then you can share with us how you came about those images you took. Don't forget to watch the end screen, because usually we leave also one of our favorite or related videos there. And in the meantime, I hope you got something out of this short video. And I hope and we hope to see you next time here again on our channel, The Second Look. Bye.